And around food, of course, we have a lot of inversion, because the natural way the body is going is going to be regeneration. So they have to do a lot. That's why they have a lot of psychological operation that are meant to kind of slow us down in our healing. There are many people who spread disinformation and fears about nutrition or detox, juicing, and actually they don't have a big idea about what they are talking about. So the important is like, what credit do we give to them? And there we can trace our progress. What is the frequency of their discourse? And in the frequency, does it assist me or does it put me in fear mode? Because that's gonna tell a little bit more about which forces they are busy with. Everything is really custom made for us. So, you know, what's gonna scare me, it's not what's gonna scare another person. So the matrix gonna adapt to what works with us. It can be shame, guilt, you know, savior complex, or love bombing technique, you know, who tries to hook into you on your broken self-esteem, or these kind of things. So everyone has to know themselves quite well. And anyway, in the quality of the exchange, you can always tell if it was a nice exchange, or, you know, if you got kind of a bitter aftermath of it after. Since we're little, what's been done is to kind of weaken us the most, you know, with vaccines, with different taking off of different organs or these kind of things, and with trapping our body with a lot of acidity, because then we have to kind of devote a few hours of our day maybe for self-care. So this is how it goes. But reviewing our health, we generally have quite a bit of decades to clean out, because our parents were not aware of all the acidic food they were feeding us with. So they were also not understanding. Maybe we had health problem when we were young. They were not aware to break out of the programming to know that food was the main culprit of that. So now our health is the result of our choices up to this day, but also the choices of our caregiver and our inherited genetics. And that's why we can look at our eyes and see already what we are starting with. And then we can also trace some progress with that. And as you know, also eating certain things have consequences for more than 24 hours sometimes. So a little trigger can go a long way. And food is going to affect, the food we consume is going to affect the energy level we have, the quality of our sleep, the level of our vitality, and also our moods and behavior. Okay, we can also feel depression if we're really having like an acidic diet that really is not so life-giving. So some question that we can ask ourselves is, do I get up easily, or is it a struggle? Do I rely on something in order to get by? And then this is what we need to work on, right? We can focus our energy on reclaiming our freedom from these things. A craving is a response that we want to find a solution in the physical world for something that we are experimenting, a need or a trigger reaction. Food is certainly altering our moods and behavior, especially they're gonna drive us in, you know, when we look for a reward, or these sometimes this dopamine or these things happening in our brain. And when we eat things that we are allergic to, we're gonna be more easily triggered, more easily manipulated or influenced. And when we are in inflammation, we do experience this reality in a different manner than when we are not in inflammation. So it makes a great deal of difference. In general, many companies are run by darkness and operate only at the three-dimensional levels. Most do not understand energy or plans. Most are money oriented, which can lead to compromise of energy, and not many are operating from the higher planes. So their product might not also. So the hologram always gonna send temptation to us, distraction. For example, if we take the initiative to say, okay, I'm gonna join this group and attend a yoga class, the hologram might be putting like, you know, like something tempting, maybe, okay, something that's gonna happen the exact same day that the class is happening. So it's always interesting to observe what we accept, if we what we renounce to when we are accepting certain things, certain proposition, because this reality is full of proposition, right? And I also had that happening with a friend of mine, that someone booked a massage with her the day where we were supposed to meet, and we rarely meet. So it means that this encounter would have helped move something, because it would have been pure, joyful, and would have helped to connect to other frequencies. So, but you cannot, I mean, everyone is deciding for themselves with their own, you know, we all have our own fears around lack or other low frequency programming like guilt or family coding happening. So something to keep in mind. People are always gonna insert doubts and try to trigger you with your weak spots, right? So what they want is not really the debate around what you are eating, but how the conversation is going to make you feel, right? How the conversation you are having with them is making you feel misunderstood, like a loner, like all of that, right? There are some food usually has a function. We eat to get a stimulation effect. We eat to feel better. We eat to socialize. We eat to numb. So we don't eat a lot because we're hungry. It's like how we cope with our trauma and how we interact with this reality. But we do have to fight every day for our freedom, to kind of have this energy available, and then we can really focus on our gift, right? Or our abilities.